So, Courtney Brixton steps up to break in the first frame of the fourth match of the night. She and her partner Scott Prope have been watching on through the drama of that last match and through the drama of the one before. Now it's a chance to get back to business. Dry break from Courtney. She hit the ball fairly well, got a fair bit of power into that, but it's going to be Shain and Nikki to the table first.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Scott chose not to take that break. Interesting to find out the thought process behind that. But as Shain comes to the table, there's a chance, but there's not. It's hard to see the route out here. So what Scott's probably hoping for is they put themselves into trouble. They're just having a little chat now, but if it was me hit the table, I'd be opting to certainly pull back here, because you don't want to take too many balls off the table, because you can end up putting yourself into trouble and just hand the frame to the opponents. See another red tied up, and it's just getting harder. So certainly pull back now, just bring the red off the table and send the cue ball to the bottom of the table.
Shain and Nikki have already bettered last year's appearance in this competition. On that occasion, a draw was all they managed to get out of their 3 games. Off to a much better start. 1 win from 1 so far.
Again, you see, if it's a singles frame, you'd probably already seen Scott at the table clearing these up, but he's certainly playing the format of the night, and he's playing more conservatively. And I like his tactics tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, I like the maturity he's shown all round, both in the interview beforehand and then in the game. He's obviously protective of Courtney, but he's also just played a sensible game. He's just giving them a good chance.
Yeah, he's happy. He's sort of weighing up the table, and he's sort of going, I'm happy for you to just go for these, because in a way, I don't expect you to knock them in. And which is trying to leave Courtney an open table to come to. But we've got the key shot coming up now from Shain. If he wants to take this into the left centre, he's got to leave an angle at some point to develop the red on the rail. So you tend to be taught, learning the game growing up, is try and attack your bad balls early, whereas in this case they're going to be attacking it last. As well as the red being tied up, not only do they need to develop this red, they also need to be on the 8 to have an angle to develop the 8 ball, because I don't think that's got a pocket either.
There's a lot riding on this shot. There's a lot that can go wrong with this shot as well.
Yeah, you think it looks like he hasn't got the angle. He's gonna, if he misses the 8 ball, he's gonna hit the middle of the side rail and not the red.
And this is pretty much the worst case scenario in any frame, where you have 1 ball left and it's kind of in a safe position.
And this is what we touched on. It's playing into Scott's hands, and what you'll see Scott do is advise Courtney to play the safety shot to allow him to take control of the frame.
I mean, you don't really just want this red stuck here, so you ideally want to play quite a positive shot, but the options for that aren't great, although that's about as good a case scenario as you could hope for from where they were.
Yeah, for opening shot, they could play the yellow off the red and just tie that red up, and then play a safety shot.
It's attractive to get the red out the way from their point of view, because, and when I say out the way, I mean not hanging over the pocket, because then when you play the safety, there's less of a risk of the ball getting potted.
Careful with the cue ball here. It's a nice shot. And as the clock's ticking, we've already lost 5 minutes of this match, so this frame becomes huge. And just wondering, is there a gap if he comes off the left-hand side rail to just hit the red? He's not guaranteed position if he does, though.
Played it in a positive way. Needed to try to make something happen there.
Yeah, so what we'll see Scott play here is he'll play the yellow off the red and just put that red on the rail to just give them a bit of security as they go about this finish.
It's handy as well to move one of these 2 yellows. It just opens things up. Well, I thought he would. I mean, he can use that red to make it a big pocket from the yellow above it. So I suppose there's some merit in still having it there.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to do that. He's sort of put a little bit of pressure on themselves on this finish now. I thought, play the red onto the rail as you play that shot and sort of have a free attempt at them.
Certainly not a position that they can afford to miss, because there's a good chance of leaving the red if they do that. I mean, not that you're expecting them to miss at this point, but it's pressure now on the tail end of the finish.
And you see Scott's picked a different route for his team, but it's clever how he's done it, so he wants Courtney to just bring this cue ball back. And he's going to leave Courtney the yellow off the red for the second to last spot. This is strange.
He's got to move the red now because he's going to need that pocket. He's played that well though. Now he's leaving Courtney a fairly natural line. He's just going to tell her to drop this in. The cue ball's going to track up the table towards the top cushion. I think she can probably just play this pocket weight. I mean, she can punch it in a bit harder, but doesn't need to bring the corner pocket into play, and doesn't.
She's played that well and left Scott a perfect angle to just trap the cue ball off the top rail and down the centre for the 8-ball, and an easy 8-ball into the left centre.
Seems a long time ago, but it was right at the beginning of the match where he was trying to play position on the ball in that pocket where he left her off angle. This time he's played it perfectly. And that's a good finish in the end. And again, and I feel like we've said this a number of times already in this match, the credit there to Scott Pope for how well thought through the clearance was.
Yeah, Courtney's played her own part in that, and sort of they've connected the finish up well, and she's played the balls confidently. She's a lot more confident in this match, as you can see. But as you said, Scott has played the clever and mature and experienced pool out of everyone tonight. He hasn't taken any unnecessary risks, and he's just weighed up. He's accepted what they're capable of, and he's played every match so far to suit their game.
See all the players now very careful to make sure they've figured out who's playing in the match after the mistake earlier on when Greg played out of turn.
So again, similar to the last match, I think what we're going to see with Scott here is not take any unnecessary risks if he gets to the table. So it's a good opening pot from Nikki. And the Reds do have a pocket. She needs to play this one into the middle and leave an angle on the one to the right centre to develop the other red. I think she's pretty much perfect. Just got to get the cue ball at pace, otherwise you're going to be glued. I think Shay's just said. I think Shay's actually just said the red does go into the corner, so she's played a great shot, to be honest.
I have to come up with another one. Wasn't too much to do there, but it's just a slightly awkward angle.
I think Scott's got the perfect angle to pot this yellow and just run through to have an option of the yellow to the left centre. But again, this is where we see Scott using the max clock to his advantage. Again, he's playing the clock. Very clever. Some people don't find this type of game most entertaining, but you can, watching Scott tonight, you can learn a lot that pool isn't just about potting and clearances, it's about playing percentages. And as we see there, he just forced his opponent into a mistake.
Yeah, I have to say, I didn't have this Scott Pope tactical masterclass on my bingo card for tonight, but he's been one of the standout players of the night for exactly that reason so far. And again, could have gone for a clearance, but played a good tactical shot. It's going to be a bit unlucky if he's left a gap. I think it's just about a snooker.
Just wonder if he's been getting some coaching lessons off Mr. Lee Kendall.
It's been a very well thought through game and well executed, of course. It's not enough just to have the right idea. His cueing's been good as well.
Yeah, well, Nicky's played a good shot there and sort of put a little bit of pressure on Scott. So again, he's gonna just tying up the red. And he's playing this way because he knew they won the important first Scotch pairings frame, and he knows how important this is, because after this frame, Shea will play 3 frames in a row. So he needs to make sure not only does he win this frame to put himself in a 2-0 lead, but he also eats into that clock, so there's only maybe 1 frame left.
And that's the luxury they're giving themselves by winning that first frame, because if he can win this in 2 or 3 more minutes, then they're going to be 2-0 up with not that much time remaining. Oh, well, that was almost a brilliant shot.
It wasn't.
And now Scott has got the chance he's worked so hard for, and he's got to take it. There's not going to be any more safety now. He's just got to knuckle down and make this finish.
Yeah, and it's time for Nicky to ask the question.
Well, I say there's not going to be any more safety. He's not ended up absolutely perfect. Is he considering? Surely he is still going to go for it. Coming around to look at an angle, but maybe he was just cleaning a mark off the table.
And he's just okay, but this is missable. It wipes its feet.
He's just got one more shot to play. These ones, it's very easy just to brush into the jaw of the pocket. Just hang the ball. Just got to hit this ball cleanly, get the cue ball out towards the centre of the table. Doesn't need perfect position here, just anywhere fairly central will leave him a decent shot top right to finish the yellows with. Nicely struck.
He's got the cue ball on a string, and this has been a perfect frame of pool from Scott Pope.
He's done what he wanted to do. Opens up a 2-frame lead, uses up the time, Hasn't used up enough time that the match is definitely over, but 5 minutes over. 6, counting down. Clock is going to stop at 5 minutes. So we hear that chime in the background.
So we're in the 15-second shot clock of the match, but I think what we're going to see here is Scott is going to be advising Courtney to just slow everything down. And this has been the tactical element of the night, and don't think we're going to see the biggest split. Courtney's going to get the 8-ball moving instead.
Golden break would pretty much guarantee the win here. We haven't seen any yet tonight. 8-ball moving, but not threatening any of the pockets. She has made another ball though.
And I guarantee Scott will be saying to Courtney, play the red, cue ball on the red, and just tie everything up. But she's not done it. And Shay needs to hurry up. But these yellows have all got a pocket. Left corner pocket, right centre on the after the shot. He's lost the cue ball a little bit. And in flicking the red, how he's blocked the pocket for where that other yellow would have gone into the bottom left. So he's not likely to get out here. It's a good shot, and he's actually just got the angle. Top through off the top rail, off the bottom rail. A trace of right-hand spin. He's screwing. That's a nice flick.
There were a lot of potential outcomes to that shot, and a lot of them were not anywhere near as good as the one he's got.
He's got to play position on it now. Just play the one into the right centre and draw the cue ball back off the side rail. He's not doing it. So he's opting to pot this yellow, and he's going to hold on the 2 reds. But the cue ball's travelling.
Well, that was trusting to luck, even if he makes the pot, exactly how the position ended up. Now, this is important for Courtney. She's either got to go for these and be sure of getting them, or she's going to, I think, more likely bail out towards the top of the table. Played a good shot that time.
There was no way Scott was going to revise her to pot a ball.
So, how's his luck? Well, he's going to find himself in a fairly similar spot, you would imagine.
Yeah, and Scott's just looking for that hiding place. As you see, he's pointing the cue ball. Get it there.
The only thing about playing this shot is if you overhit it, then the cue ball pops out on the left-hand side of the table and you leave a pot.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually really well executed because there isn't margin for error over on the left-hand side. And because of the time, they didn't really have a chance to discuss that in detail. So he's going to have to try and swerve again. Another good effort. He's played 2 good swerve shots.
Oh, what a safety shot that is.
Yeah, that's a result and a half. Now, the priority here for Courtney is making sure that she makes contact with a red. She does not want to give away ball in hand. And she has. How's her luck? Not great. So, time running down, but great chance this for Shay. He's got to make sure of these balls. If he does this quickly, he's going to have just over a minute remaining.
It's a great shot. He's on the 8-ball. There's time.
He has had to rely on a bit of luck there. If he doesn't get that accidental snooker, that's a very different outcome to that frame. But in the end, he gets the job done.
There is time. There's 1 minute 10. It is Shay and Nikki's break. We're asking for a lot for a Scotch pairing frame to break and clear in just over a minute, but it's been done.
All results still possible in the overall match tonight, apart from Anthony and Beth qualifying. They're mathematically out of it. Draw here would be an interesting result. That would keep everyone bunched up. Right now, though, Scott and Courtney in the box seat. Golden break would be ideal here for Shae.
Yeah, we've seen everything else tonight, why not? Eight ball.
Well, plenty of pace on the 8 ball, but ultimately it's the white that goes down.
I guarantee Scott says extension.
A case for going for reds, just because there's more open ones at the top of the table. It's kind of easier to waste the time on.
Yeah, they're just potting out. Surprised they haven't used the extension though.
Well, I was going to say, just in case you accidentally foul, although I think they have used up enough time just.
Stun shots, you never know.
The record clearance is
One
about this
Nikki,
point.
get round.
I think in their own minds they've given up on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they've given up now. Scott makes a vague attempt to head towards the table. He's just going to play a single shot, but it's not going to make any difference unless he pots the 8 ball.
Oh, imagine.
What an end to the match that would have been. Scott Pope and Courtney Brixton, very professional approach. Scott Pope played some good tactical stuff. He coached his partner through some good clearances there, and ultimately 2-1 is enough. They go top of the group now. They're on 4 points. When we come back, we'll find out if anybody can join them.